Good, happy Friday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your 8 p.m. news and weather. Let's get started. First up, Sununu says state budget surplus doesn't exist. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
And how does Maggie Hassan get these things done?
By balancing the budget without an income or sales tax, creating a surplus.
It was a nice little nugget that helped launch the former governor into the U.S. Senate, but the new governor says after shaking out the numbers, the surplus is a mirage.
Do we have this $130, $200 million cushion that we've been told no, that is not there. We do have a lot of liabilities and holes that we have to fill.
On a taping of Close Up airing Sunday, Governor Chris Sununu said while New Hampshire's economy is fairly fit, the $130 million surplus that was touted in the fall simply does not exist, due largely to post-budget spending and issues at Health and Human Services.
The realities are that we just don't have that big cushion that some folks were talking about. I wish we did. I mean, Lord knows I'd love to have that cushion.
So as he and budget writers do fashion a spending plan, he promises aggressiveness when it comes to the state's drug prices. He also credits the state's drug czar, James Vera, for all he's done so far. But the new governor wants to expand that office into areas of treatment with the use of federal dollars that are on the way. And Sununu wants to be more hands-on.
Get in there a little bit as governor and find out with the governor's commission, where are the dollars going? Why, what are our possibilities? What are the true resources there? What's working? What isn't?
So what about that inaugural address? Sununu concedes that he did make some notes to draw from, but says prepared speeches just isn't his style.
I just want to have a conversation. I really do. It's just how I engage with people the best. But I was a little nervous about it myself, but I thought it came off pretty well. I think we hit the points I wanted to hit.
And the new governor is optimistic that if they stay on budget for the next 6 months, the rainy day fund could be replenished to the tune of about $70 million by the end of the fiscal year in June. Greater details of his plan, though, will be coming in February when Sununu will offer his budget proposal to the legislature. Reporting live, I'm Josh McKelvin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Manchester-Boston Regional Airport heightens security following Florida attack. Manchester-Boston Regional Airport is heightening their security following the deadly airport shooting in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The airport is also communicating with local, state, and federal law enforcement officials as the Fort Lauderdale incident unfolds. Travelers planning to fly to Fort Lauderdale area should contact their airline to check their flight status. 5 dead, multiple people injured in shooting at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
And what is this?
Winning the war.
But we didn't win the war. We're just a handful of people trying to bring down an empire. I wish to balance the power to maintain peace.
You said you put your faith in a person, not a cause. Well, I put my faith in you.
I can't take back the past, but the future, that is up to us.
Panic and pandemonium at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport.
I had a perfect picture of him coming and walking up and down, shooting the people.
Witnesses in shock describing a shooting rampage inside the baggage claim area at Terminal 2, calling it a scene right out of a movie.
We looked again and we saw him with the gun going up and down.
The first reports of shots fired appear to come in from police already at the airport.
Multiple victims down.
One of the victims bloodied.
The active shooter shot at least 13 people. 8 people, as I know right now, are in area hospitals being treated.
This as hundreds of passengers, confused and scared, are seen running onto the tarmac as ambulances race by, and numerous law enforcement officers in tactical gear rushed to the scene, quickly taking the suspect into custody.
Once he was done with ammunition, he basically threw the gun on the ground, and he laid on the ground face down, spread eagle. So he was already down. He was waiting for the officer to approach him.
Sources say the suspect has been identified as Esteban Santiago, that at the time of his arrest he was carrying a military ID with that name. Authorities say they're talking to him right now to figure out a motive. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Dow comes within a whisker of hitting 20,000. S&P, NASDAQ close at all-time highs as tech pops. U.S. equities closed higher after hitting all-time highs on Friday as the technology sector led, while investors praised through key employment data. Putin directly ordered effort to influence election. The U.S. Intelligence Committee concluded in a declassified report released Friday that Russian Vladimir Putin ordered an influence campaign aimed at hurting Hillary Clinton and helping Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election. And now let's take a look at your radar. And here's a live look at your radar right now. As you see, there'll be snow showers getting ready to move into New Hampshire. Tomorrow the clouds will move in, and then the snow moves right behind it and starts around afternoon. And your weather for tonight: clear and cold, lows near 10 degrees. And that does it for your 8 p.m. news and weather right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.